Hey, what's going on, guys? Mangumson here, bringing you another Destiny 2 video. Now, if you do enjoy the video, I would appreciate it if you did leave a like on the video, as it really does help out the channel in order to get the word out there to the other Guardians about this Unkillable Titan build. Now, this is a Solar 3.0 Titan build, but we are going to be combining all of the subclasses together into this one build. I'm talking Scorch, Ignition, Restoration, Shock Damage, Void Overshields. We got it all. Now, this is the Unkillable Titan. With these two Minotaurs that were fighting me, I ran out of shotgun ammo. I punched a explodey Vex in the face, still taking on massive damage. I'm activating Roaring Flames ×3, activating Restoration, activating Charge with Light. I have everything going for me, and that's utilizing the Icefall mantle. Now, the Icefall mantle does something specific. It replaces your barricade with you activating it, giving you an overshield. The overshield doesn't trigger anything in the Void subclass, so I don't know if that's a bug or if it needs to be fixed. But when you activate it, it does activate a slow around you, causing the opponents to slow with stasis, right? Not a lot of slow, but just enough for them not to get away from you, because you want them close, because we're going to want to punch them with Roaring Flames. We're going to need to keep them close to get shocked. We want that Void Overshield, and we want them to stay slowed with that stasis effect. Now, combining this with a solar subclass, this brings everything together because it can still activate Restoration. Restoration ×1, not Restoration ×2, which Lordly gives you. Lordly gives you Restoration ×2. This will give you Restoration ×1. It's not enough to tank everything with just Restoration, because that's what Lordly's is for, but it is enough to trigger a health regeneration and overall health regeneration, health and shields on both sides. Now, if you want to see this build in PvE, it's at the 5-minute and 35-second mark. I took it into a Nightfall, Master Nightfall 1590. Now, this does work in PvP. You're going to see me engage with these two enemies here. Going into PvP, you want to take a different approach than what you would in PvE. It's going to be a bit of a hang back approach because you're slowed. You don't have the mobility as all the other Guardians. Watch my health as that rocket impacts on the side. A direct hit probably would have killed me, but I did do well in this match. You want to use something with range. I chose the Dead Man's Tail because the Dead Man's Tail, to be honest, puts out a lot of damage, activates Cranial Spike, gives you that extra damage and reload speed. But as you can see, my health did go down, but it didn't go all the way down because I had that shield from the Icefall mantle. Now, the Icefall mantle gives you a chunky amount of overshield. Now, if it did combine with a Void subclass, it would be all the more potent, all the more powerful to combine and to mesh better with overarching builds. It did work well when using a Void subclass, but using it with the Solar subclass, because that's what everyone's into right now, I can only imagine how this is going to be chainable with the Arc 3.0 coming in the future updates, if they give us more mobility, more pulse, more if this chains with that. Because when you activate the reactive pulse Charge with Light mod and you put that on your character, it does send out a chain of arc lightning. Now, will that allow us to walk faster when we have this shield? Because when you pop the Icefall mantle, your mobility's cut down to almost zero. You can't jump, you can't sprint, you can't do anything. But you can activate the shield and you can deactivate the shield when needed, so you can get that mobility back. But with the Solar subclass, you're able to activate your Soul Invictus, so that will give you Restoration. You will activate Restoration, which will give you Restoration. You will activate your shield, which will give you damage resistance, and then you'll be able to keep your Charge with Light up longer until the moment where you really need it. Now, when I had hung back and engaged with this invader wanted to see me gone off the map. Shot a rocket at me, but I tanked it all and countered with my own rocket. Once the shield is gone, you gain your mobility back. So once you're in the thick of it and your shields have been ripped from you, you gain all your mobility back, and then your class ability will begin to recharge. While you have the shield on you, your class ability will not recharge. So it's a little bit of a buffer in between you activating that powerful shield. Now, surrounded by enemies, hitting a thrall, My teammate ends up getting the respawn. I instantly pop it, killing some ads, and I'm able to tank a Cursed Thrall punch right to the face. So Titans love punching, so that's what I'm going to do. Activating the shield, punch that thing in the face, get the moats, get radiant. If I had on my Burning Fist, I would have activated the Burning Fist. A whole lot of things happening here with just utilizing the one exotic that most people forgot about because they didn't think it was worth using. Now, for those out there who main Icefall Mantle, hats off to you because you're using one of the most powerful exotics that the Titan has. Third in line to Loreley's. I'm not going to put it second in line. That is a whole nother exotic that is second in line to Loreley's. Now, combining this with the duty bound auto rifle, we have the Vanguard's Vindication. When you get kills, you regain a small amount of health. So it's like Unrelenting, but weaker. Then you put in the Hero's Burden, and using the Hero's Burden with a Void subclass while having the Overshield will gain you more Overshield because the target will be debuffed and will give you an Overshield. Now, I'm using the Kinetic Siphon in order to make Orbs of Light. I'm using Font of Wisdom, so because I only have 16 intellect here, Font of Wisdom puts your intellect at 10 passively and pushes up the speed in which your super recovers. Now I'm using Focusing Fire to get my class ability back, and I'm using Taken Charge, which I will change over to Charge, Elemental Charge while I'm playing PvE, Charge of Light if you're playing PvP. The Arc Resistance, the Void and Solar Resistances on the chest piece with a melee Wellmaker, the Absolution and the Invigoration to give me more passive buffs when I make these charges of light, Radiant Light in order to get me plus 20 strength, using Classy Restoration on the class item along with Reactive Pulse. While I'm charged with light, I gain a powerful overshield while performing a finisher, and it also gives me a burst of arc energy when my health gets low, so just in case someone gets in too close, I can take care of them. Combine this with the solar subclass, I get the Ember of Wonder, the Ember of Blistering, and then I have Ember of Char on, along with the Ember of Singeing. Combine this all with Roaring Flames and you have yourself a monstrous type of build. Now again, this is me going into a 1590 Nightfall using the Stasis subclass along with here, and it is cut out so you don't have to sit here and watch the whole thing. Now if you do want to use this build, there will be a dim link in the description below, a Destiny Item Manager link. There's a video on the channel about using Destiny Item Manager and how Destiny Item Manager now has an app for your phone. So easy access to this build, easy access to other YouTube creators' builds that share dim links in their descriptions. I hope you guys did enjoy the video. If you do like the build, go ahead and leave a comment in the comment section below. The rest of the gameplay is going to play out, and it's going to be the rest of the Nightfall, edited of course, cutting out the boring middle parts, but you'll be able to see the full power of the Icefall Mantle with the Stasis subclass in a Nightfall that particularly favors solar burn. And this Nightfall isn't too hard. It is the arms dealer after all. I'd like to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Shield down. Look around for something we can use. target eliminated.
Great work, fire team.
Okay, y'all are getting way too formal. Where's the energy? Let's hear some chatter out there, huh?
The job's done, Cade. You can handle the chatter for a while.
Don't mind if I do.